Hey, have you got a vault that needs a door? Because we got Minecraft vault doors. You got your 3x3 vault door. Something a little bigger or 4x4. We even got some 5x5. Not just that, we got expandable ones too. Like this 3 wide infinite high. This 4 wide infinite high. This 3 high expandable sideways. And a 4 high expandable sideways. But now presenting the new 5 high expandable sideways. Yep, it's another vault door. So we bash our button, like so, and it all folds away. And we can walk through, except the problem is there's some obsidian, and that's because I cheated and used some slime blocks. I tried to avoid doing that, but it was too much of a pain to make an expandable 5 high one. Without them, it would be gigantic, and a gigantic pain in the bum. So we've just got this one that uses some slime. It's nice and fast. It's a pretty small circuit. Not a lot to it. And we've just got these buttons on either side to toggle it on and off. Obviously you could change this if that's how you want to do things, but I'm just leaving it like this. Now the only caveat with how I've done this is you have to do 3 wide bits. So these middle bits, they have to be multiples of 3. So that's something you're going to have to take into account. So the size of the door has to be 2 on each side, plus some multiple of 3. But if you want to make it very wide, it would have to be 2 blocks. 3 blocks in the middle, then another 2 blocks to the sides, and then if you wanted to make it bigger, you'd have to add another 3 blocks in the middle, then another 2 blocks to the side of that, so it has to be plus 3 each time. And you get this gap in the floor when you make it, but you know, that's your problem. So obviously it's a bit ugly from the back, and also apparently it's... Whoops. I forgot to remove those blocks as well, so you know it's also broken from the back now. And there you go, now it's fixed, so we just bash the button. Observer goes down, sets the entire thing off, and it's all self-contained. I do try and do that nowadays to try and add the buttons into the design, because, you know, that can be just as much of a pain as the rest of it. So it actually only sticks up 3 blocks on the top, which is the same amount as the 4 high and even possibly the 3 high one. Because adding these slime blocks and things makes the circuit a lot easier, but it also makes you have to have this stinky obsidian. You can avoid that by making blocks get pushed, because that'll stop them getting pushed by the slime blocks, but that is too much effort. So we're stuck with that now. And the circuit is pretty simple. It's just this one double extender on the side to push in side blocks into the middle. So if we actually look at it. So we have to double extender this block in, then we just single extender all these side blocks in, and the bottom blocks. And then we double extender the orange bit from the bottom and the top, like that. Except these ones are done by the slime. So actually, that's a triple extender, because you have to push it from the ceiling to this block, to this block, to that block for the yellow ones. So the orange blocks actually get pulled up 1 block above the ceiling, to like here. So we just have these pistons that push them down, back into the ceiling, because otherwise they'd kind of be sticking up by a block, which would be awkward. So if we watch that, you can see they go up and then they get pushed down. So they're flush with the ceiling. So it all looks nice and neat. And I kept the obsidian to the top. I could have used it on the bottom maybe to save some space. But I like the clean look of just having the floor like this. And I had a good double extender design from the last one. So we've just reused that. This weird thing with observers and target blocks that God knows how. It just works. It's fine. I just messed around with the timings and it works. So now I won't be doing a tutorial today. This is just a showcase of the door. So I've got this kind of skeleton of it that shows how it works with some glass. So you can see all of it going off. And then if we go around the back, we can activate it as well. So it's super speedy, and that's because the triple extenders are just 3 sticky pistons attached to slime. So when one of them pushes the 3 blocks down to like here, then because the other sticky pistons are attached to it, they'll get moved down with it like this. Then the next one will go off, which will push them down 1 more block, and that'll do this. And then all you have to do is make it so that this one turns off first, then this one, and when it's turning on it's the reverse order, so you just have to delay this last one. So you just have to delay these first two so that they will turn on first but then turn off after this one. So in this design I don't actually have to delay any of them or add any extra bits, because when this first repeater is powered first, it's not actually powering anything, because if I turn it off... Well, that broke. Oh, it's because I added this extra stuff here, whoops. Right, now you go back up. But if we look, this repeater goes off last to power this piston. Like this repeater's gone off first and this redstone has. But this repeater isn't aiming at anything that can power this piston. So this piston will actually be the first one to set off, and then because this repeater's already powered, the second piston gets set off, and this redstone doesn't power this piston because it's aiming to the side. So if you don't have this other set of three, like if you expanded it only with one set of three in the middle, so it would only have been a 7 wide door at that point, then you would have to add something to make the redstone aim in a different direction to stop it powering this piston, but that won't matter for the moment. And that means we can just have the pistons like this. And they'll all power in the correct order, so if I press the button, maybe we can get there quick enough. There we go. And it happens very quick. But what I also do is I make an observer set off this front row of pistons to push the ceiling down for the front bit of the door. But at the same time, that line of redstone also activates the pistons, the normal pistons there, which are these ones, right? And that's because those push down the orange blocks, which are these ones, back into place, because again I said they go one block into the ceiling. So those get pushed down the same time the ceiling blocks get pulled up. So that just means you can connect those two circuits because they work fine if you set them off at the same time, and that allows you to keep it really small. And then I've got tricks like for these double extenders at the side, which just push down some of the orange blocks. So they'll extend them to there. So these corner ones here get pushed down by this double extender. And to make the redstone power that in the right order, I've got a redstone at the side just to make it aim a different direction. Could also use a target block here. So there's a few little tricks like that which help keep it really small and really simple for what it is. It wouldn't be that bad to do a tutorial, but I just don't have time right now, so sorry about that. There will be a tutorial within the next few days. And the bottom double extender, if you watch my last video on the 4 high one, I explained this bottom bit with the target blocks and the observers. It was essentially I just found a tiny way to make a double extender work. Because these observers powering this block will actually power these pistons diagonally as long as they're pulled down at just the right moment, which I managed to do. So you can see they got powered even though nothing is directly powering them, which is really weird. And then for the on-off button, actually use these observers on either side and they'll sell off redstone, which will make this piston spit out this block above a redstone torch, and that powers the redstone to turn it on or off. So if we watch, the piston pulls the block in, so the torch is no longer going into a block, which powers the door. And then that's how we turn it on and off, and we just have pistons that link up to that piston on both sides. And then if you actually did this in a wall, then the buttons are just either side of the wall, on either side of the door. I think it's a really nice design. It's annoying that I resorted to using the obsidian and the slime blocks. I hate using slime blocks, to be honest. I try and avoid them, but it was just the right thing here. Alright, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the tutorial next time. Adios.